I'm Scott. Welcome to Black Gumbo Southern Gardening. Let's talk about the difference between heirlooms and hybrids and why I prefer heirlooms. Whenever you grow vegetables, you have a choice. You can go into your local big box store, your garden centers, your Home Depots, Lowe's, that kind of thing. And or even you can go to your grocery store, and outside during the spring they've got these stands from Bonnie Plants and all these big companies that sell you plants, and they look really good. Those plants look great, some of them. They're hybrid plants, and some of them even have fruit on them before you even get them home. And these hybrids are specially bred. They're combinations of parent plants. Maybe one parent plant is very disease tolerant but doesn't fruit well, or doesn't have flavorful fruit. Well, they'll combine that with another plant that has really tasty fruit and fruits a lot, and you'll have a hybrid. And it's a good performer, and they grow well, and they do what they're supposed to do. I just don't always care for the flavor of some of these. There are some good ones out there, but for the most part I prefer to have heirlooms. Now, what's the difference? So if you save the seeds from a hybrid plant, you can plant them and they'll grow. But more often than not, that plant that comes up will regress to one of its parent varieties. Maybe a parent variety way down the line in the genetic line. You never know. So you might get a plant that grows but doesn't fruit well. Or you might get a plant that grows and is super disease resistant but doesn't bear any fruit at all. Maybe you might get a fruiting plant that has really delicious tomatoes, but the thing can't grow very well because it's not heat resistant or whatever. You see what I'm saying? You don't get a true to breed or a true to type, a true variety from a hybrid seed. Normally you'll get one of the parent plant types. That's the difference mainly with heirlooms. Heirlooms are, by definition, pure seed, pure type. So if you take say a aroma that's an heirloom, aroma tomato plant, you grow those plants and they perform, and you love them, so you save the seeds. When you plant them next year, you're going to get the same kind of plant, and that's good to me. Now, another thing about heirlooms is often they don't look as pretty as hybrids, because hybrids are designed. They're designed to look pretty, grow pretty, be strong and disease resistant. See, these companies have a goal. They need to sell you tomato plants or sell you vegetable plants, and you have a goal. You want vegetables, and so they can do so. They can sell to you, the gardener, and they can sell to the casual gardener as well, or to the gardener who's inexperienced. They can sell hybrids, and they'll pretty much perform at least a little bit, enough to get you to come back next year and buy another one. It's a little more difficult to grow heirlooms. Let's wait for the helicopter to fly by. It's a little more difficult to grow heirlooms because often you have to start them yourself from seed, and so that involves, the effort, the labor. Starting seeds is sometimes tricky. It does have a little bit of a learning curve. There's an investment involved with grow lights if you're going to do them indoors. So I can see where people prefer hybrids and prefer the performance of hybrids. But I like the heirlooms because I like the variety. You get far more variety. There are hundreds and hundreds of varieties of tomatoes, for example, and peppers. Oh man, you can grow all kinds of stuff. And so when we grow these heirlooms, you get so many varieties you can hardly choose what to plant each year. I can't hardly choose. Second, you also, like I said, it's true to type, so I can save the seed. If I like something a lot and it really performs well in my area, then I can save it. Third, it kind of ties you to the heritage of gardening, to the history of the plants. I mean, these tomato plants have a long history well, they're very storied. And so I just feel a connection that way. So I prefer hybrids for that matter, for those three reasons. You can save the seed. They taste better. I didn't even mention that one. The flavor is unbeatable when you have a good, true to type form that's known and grown for its flavor. You might not have a perfectly green plant with perfectly red tomatoes, but you're going to get a flavorful tomato, and that's what I'm after. So that's why I grow heirlooms, and I think that you should try them if you haven't. Hybrids, they're okay. Not for my garden, though. Well, there's a little discussion about the difference between the two and why I do what I do here. And I hope you enjoy gardening and learning with me, and thank you for joining me.